What's up, brother?
What's going on, AMS? It's good to see
What's
you,
up?
man.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What's up with you?
Thank you. I've been following you from the very beginning, from 2017, and you've
Mm-hmm.
changed my life, of course, as many other people could attest
Mm-hmm.
to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But one of my many questions that I have is, for one, like, it's
Mm-hmm.
obvious that society lies to us on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? And we
Mm-hmm.
deceive the people all the while. And outside
Mm-hmm.
of dating, I wanted to know from you, like, what are some of those lies that stand out to you the most? That the vast majority of people are, I guess, deceived. You know what I mean? That are misled. They don't really see through it. You know what I mean?
Well, the number one thing is I wouldn't say it's a lie. I would just say they make it seem that it's insurmountable. Is starting your own businesses, and you hear these numbers thrown out that 90% of businesses fail the first year, and everybody done heard those numbers and whatever, but they don't never tell you why. And the reason why 90% of businesses fail the first year is because, for one, people set unrealistic goals as into what a business, how it's supposed to pop off the first year. And a lot of people think they're supposed to turn a profit the first year, and you're really not going to turn a profit the first year. So people quit. And what I'm telling you guys is, if you set a realistic goal with starting your business, if you set out and say, you know, 3 to 5 years, I expect this business to be turning a profit, you'll stay in business. The first year, you probably gonna lose. All right. That's why in a lot of states, they give you tax breaks for losing the first year and stuff, because they expect you to lose when you start businesses. You see what I'm saying? And so I think they not lying. 90% of businesses do fail, but it's not the reason why they say. It's because, for one, people go into it with unrealistic goals. And so they think that if I ain't turned a profit in a year, I'm gonna fail. Two, people quit their job and they go all into the business and they forced to quit. So you gotta build your business working for some doing another job while this builds. It's gonna take 3 5 years. You gotta work another job. So that would be the number one thing that sticks out to me. And there's so many people, whenever I make an entrepreneur video, people come and say, man, everybody's not meant to be a boss, this, that, and the other. And I call bullshit on that. And y'all done drunk the Kool-Aid. Is Do y'all guys ever think to yourself, this son of a bitch I'm working for, the same way he started this job, I can start it the same way? Do that ever hit y'all guys' minds for whatever job? Now, I understand some of you guys might be working for big factories and stuff like that, and you can't start a fund a fucking factory. I get that, but I'm talking about, theoretically speaking, that if you got a job, you're an electrician, you're a plumber, or something like that, you got a skilled labor. You don't ever think that, hey, the same way he done slapped this little regular ass logo on a truck, I can slap my damn logo on a truck and start my own shit. It's so fucking simple. So that's what I would say, man, is that anybody can be a boss if they come into this with realistic goals, being honest, work hard, delay gratification, don't spend nothing on yourself, reinvest everything back into the business the first 3 to 5 years. Don't go take out liabilities. These liabilities get you trapped into a job. That's the number one reason why people have to work jobs and can't open their business, because as soon as they get a salary, they start taking out liabilities. I need to get a mortgage to impress my friends. I need to get this truck to impress my friends. I need to do all this type of crap. And now I'm trapped, and now I can't quit to start my business.
I see. I see. So this also leads to a purpose question now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you bring this up, because for me personally, from when I was a
Mm-hmm.
little kid, I was always great at giving speeches. Like, that
Mm-hmm.
was something that I always loved, with class presentations, with
Mm-hmm.
just explaining things in general. And so my passion, and something that I've always loved to do, is to become a motivational speaker, or to become a
Mm-hmm.
public speaker. So
Mm-hmm.
in this time, I was wondering, for like, looking in the future, how would I be able to make a start doing that? Because one of the ideas that I have is actually creating music. That's another thing that I do. I'm a man of many hats. Thanks to, again, taking your advice,
Mm-hmm.
trying new things and then
Mm-hmm.
seeing where that would lead.
Mm-hmm.
I've also tried producing my own music on my own, and
Mm-hmm.
then maybe garner some attention there, and then from there go towards public speaking. I wanted to hear your advice and get some suggestions from you, if you may.
And you want to be a motivational speaker.
Yes, sir.
Right now, man, you in the best time to be alive. There would be no AMS if this was 20 years ago, right? And I wanted to give out dating advice, right?
Mm.
There would be no AMS. This is what I would have had to do 20 years ago. I would have wrote a book then I would have had to go to some kind of publishing company and hope to get published, right? And then they would spend a shit ton of money to promote it and, you know, advertise it. And then they would have gave me pennies on the dollar for writing that book, right? With social media, brother, you literally, if this is me, if I'm you in your shoes right now and I want to do motivational speeches, I would be doing motivational videos on YouTube right now, building a following that motivate people. Inspirational. CT Fletcher was real good about that with back in, you know, when he was real popular. Ray Lewis also just real good at motivational speaking and stuff like that. I would just make, you know, 5 minutes, probably not even that long, 3-minute motivational speeches that you say if you was in front of somebody, build up that following. That way somebody wants you to speak to them. You done built up that following. So if I was you, I'm doing it on social media and I'm just building it up right now on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. That's something you couldn't have done 20 years ago. That's why anybody, like, that's why I don't get mad at girls who are OnlyFans and stuff like that. Those girls on OnlyFans, you know what they would have had to do 20 years ago? They would have had to join some porn company, get fucked and suck dick all fucking day. I'm dead serious, and probably got $200. Now these girls got their own, thanks to the internet. And I'm not mad at them because the same thing they're using to make money is the same way I'm making money, right? If I'm a guy, if I'm you, I'm finna start my big man inspirational channel, something like that. People want to hear positivity and be pepped up and stuff like that. People want to be fired up and be motivated. The number one way to do it is telling people your pitfalls. This is one thing why guys relate to me. I'm so relatable. I tell guys all the time, shit, I done talk to y'all guys about living in that basement so much. I think some of y'all probably feel like you've been in the goddamn basement, right?
I'm because in my head, bro, as you said,
right. Damn, man. Every time I turn around, AMS talking about that goddamn basement, I be having flashbacks. You see what I'm saying? And so the point being is, when you tell your story, now you can motivate people because they see how far you've come. So that'll be one of the best things. I don't know your life story. I don't know where you come from or whatever, but if you got a hell of a comeback story, then people want to hear it because they like, shit, if he can do it, I can do it. I let guys know all the time. Motherfucker, I was broke as hell till I was 34 years old. And you crying and you 24? Shit, 24, by the time you get my age, if you started right now, by the time you get to 34, you'll be rich if you started right now. So that's how I would do it, brother. Just use this internet and go about putting, don't worry about the money. So people so caught up in all the money. Everybody want to make money. The money will be there. Don't worry about it. Your videos are going to get 12 views at first. That's just the way it is until things catch on. You have to think about the long term and don't quit, because you put a video up tomorrow on YouTube, it's going to get 3 views. And then you have to look at it and say, well, let's say 6 months from now, you still haven't got any kind of traction. I'm not saying you're supposed to have 100,000 subs in 6 months, but if you ain't getting no type of traction, then you got to look at the product and say the product probably sucks, right? That's what a lot of people don't do. They don't look at if nothing is happening. If 6 months, I see people on YouTube, been on YouTube 3 years, and they get 57 views. And I'm thinking to myself, they ain't never thought to look at the product and say, this shit sucks. That's why nobody likes it. It's not the algorithm, it's me. I suck. I need to change the model, the business model or something. So that's how you look at it. Don't just look at it and say, oh, I'm so great. Well, what the views say? Well, the views say you suck. Well, you suck. Let the results speak for themselves. Okay. Now, if you're seeing some steady growth, then that's something. But if you ain't seeing no growth, it's time to look at the product and say, well, maybe I suck as a motivational speaker. Maybe I need to deliver my message a different way and change the business model around.
Okay. So in other words, you need to rebrand. You know, if you're using a certain approach and your marketing approach and everything from what you see, it's off. It's not really connecting with the people, or there's a lack of traction. I know you mentioned in another video where there's another gentleman who he was trying to get into music, but he had the same issue. So you're trying to suggest to him that, look, you know, you may need to rebrand, you need to remarket, think over the marketing scheme before you could go through, you know, in the future. So basically you have to look at rebranding. All right.
You want to know what I'm going to tell you what I've seen. This is what I've seen for anybody over there that want to do some business, especially particularly in social media. What is unique about you? This is what's going to separate you from anybody else. what is unique about you? If you're gonna start a dating channel and you're gonna sound like AMS, right? Verbatim, just pretty much every word, you probably ain't gonna grow that good. I'm not saying it's impossible, right? I'm not saying it's impossible, but you probably not gonna grow that good. But if you're gonna bring a different aspect to the game, right? So a different way, I don't know what that could be, but I'm just saying you got a different variation of something that I do, right? That's real catchy, then you could pop. If you're just gonna come on and you bring literally, you ain't gotta reinvent the game, but you gotta bring something unique to it. Your delivery, something. You got to bring a different something. So if you do these motivational speeches and you sound just like Tony Robbins, it's a good chance you're not going to blow up. If you're going to become a financial guy and you're going to sound exactly like Dave Ramsey, it's a good chance you're never going to take off. You have to be your own authentic self and bring something. You ain't got to reinvent the financial world, but you have to bring something unique to you that's different. Dave Ramsey has his 7 baby steps. You see what I'm saying? Everybody that you know who's big, they got something that's definitely identifiable to them. And what's going to be identifiable to you? Tony Robbins has a lot of little quotes and sayings and stuff. That's why he's Tony Robbins. So if you're going to be a motivational speaker, what are you going to bring that's unique to you? I'm not saying everything that comes out your mouth has to be something that nobody never heard before, but you have to say something that nobody has heard before. That's all I'm saying. And so when you see a lot of people that try to do this music and stuff like that, and you sound like, you know, Drake, or you sound like Meek Mill, you have to create your own style, a new style, or something that nobody ever heard. You see what I'm saying? If not, it's not going to pop. You're going to sound like a carbon copy of somebody, and you're not going to pop. Playboy Carti has his own unique style. That's why he popped off. Drake is what he said. Drake on the song Drake featuring Drake. Drake is the only fool that can rap and then sing his sang his choruses. You see what I'm saying? So that's the point I'm saying. That's why he's so popular. He does pop good and he does rap, and he puts them in the same song. He'll do pop and then rap in the same song. It's unique. Nobody does that, right? When most people wanted to do pop and rap in the same song, what they did, a rapper when they got a pop artist like Chris Brown or some Trey Songz, and then they would be in the song. Drake said, no, I'm going to do both my damn self. And that's why he's Drake. So you have to do something unique. That's all. If you're not going to do nothing unique, you're not going to pop.
Okay. On the last subject, we're going to go to the women, and then I'll leave it be. You know, I don't want to hold anyone else up. But for the ladies, a question for you in your experience and in your time. Again, I know some signs that a woman is pure evil, but in your opinion, as a high value male, what are some signs to you that you've seen that you would classify a woman as just pure evil? You understand me? Like when I say pure evil, I mean, again, in the beginning, you know, like how there are women who just toy with men and they try and manipulate them to not catch them on a date, to make things difficult. And they've read those books that you've told us about.
I would say a woman that's pure evil is a woman that has no attraction to a dude, and she's fucking with him just out of the aspect of fucking him off. So say, for instance, you meet a woman, she really doesn't like you. She's going to lead you on to think that you actually have a chance just to ghost you. If you get that, that's what I would call an evil woman. She had no attraction to you in the beginning, from the get-go. And a lot of guys don't understand that you run across these women that do that. And then you have some that'll even go as evil to show crazy high interest to you, purposely show you crazy high interest, make you think like, man, this girl really loves me. And the whole time she already knows she's going to ghost you or pull away slowly. And she had no intentions of doing nothing with you. The whole point of she just one of these evil women that lead men on and then toss them to the side of the road. That's what I would call an evil woman from that perspective. As far as dating a woman and stuff like that, when you break up with her and stuff like that, being vindictive and evil and trying to cost you your job or something like that, or trying to say you raped her or telling people you hit her or something like that, past the breakup, now that y'all broken up or whatever, she's trying to tarnish your name around town or something like that. And you have those women out there that's evil like that, don't want you to see your kids, or trying to put you on like crazy child support, even though you take care of your kids and stuff like that. But she just want to be evil. But as far as just like when you initially meet a woman, a woman who has no interest in you. And guys don't understand that. You guys don't understand. Y'all guys meet these women all the time and you think you did something wrong. You didn't. All the time you didn't do nothing wrong. This is just a woman that just goes out, gives her number out 20 times a day. Some guys she'll even feed on like they got a chance, with the whole time she knowing that she's going to disappear on them just to be evil. So you have those.
True. I think that's it. I mean, I think, oh yes, and the last thing, last thing, and that's it. Mm-hmm. The seductive voice that we're to put on. So I've noticed that when I've tried to seduce women from time to time, they'll give me a certain line like, "Oh, you're very mysterious," or "You sound mysterious." So they love it. You can tell in their voice, like when you're acting masculine, like you said, they have a tendency to be feminine, right? Especially the women who are difficult with me at first. I again put that masculine frame on them, do the seduction, speak slowly, cool, calm, and collected, pass the test. And I've noticed from time to time, some of these women, especially when I'm at work, when I'm on a phone call, I'll automatically put it on them. And then they'll say, "Oh, like you sound mysterious," or, they'll give me some weird lines, from time to time. Again, what's your take on that? You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, y'all guys got to understand your interaction with women is going to change just based on how you coming at them. If you're in your masculine energy and their attraction is high, they just naturally going to be feminine, submissive. If you in a feminine energy, then their attraction is going to drop and they naturally going to move in masculine. That's just the dynamics of how it works with women. So whenever you see that, I always tell guys, blame yourself. I never blame the woman, because women are a reflection on how we're portraying ourselves. It's never them. It's always us. If a woman disrespecting you, that's because she knows you'll take it. You don't stand up for yourself. Don't get mad at the woman. I'm mad at you, because just like a child who, skips school or does anything bad and you have to discipline the child, you have to discipline your woman. And that way she knows to respect you. I never blame the woman for nothing. Whenever you see a bad little kid spazzing out in the mall or anything like that, I never blame the kid. The parents haven't trained that kid to act properly. They don't punish them. You see what I'm saying? So anytime that dynamics, I always, if I have a woman acting masculine or something like that, I look at myself. Am I acting feminine? Has she been acting up? And I'm tolerating it. So it's always you. It's never the woman. It's always you. Women will act right if you make them act right. And you make them act right by retracting your time. You see what I'm saying? Okay. By retracting your time. You don't make them act right by arguing with them, or you're going to teach her, you're going to talk to her. You don't make a woman act right like that. You pull your time back and she get less of your time. And if she values your time, she will start acting correctly.
Got it. AMS, respect due, you know what I mean? I
Thank you, brother.
Through a flake. It was through a girl who flaked on me years ago. And literally that flake is how I went on YouTube and I was like, okay, how do I respond to a girl who flaked? And I respond the wrong way on that one, through learning your way to not go out and cuss them out or anything like that. It was through that's how I found your channel. And then from then went on the Patreon. And to anyone who's watching, I was going to be seeing this in the future, go and subscribe to the Patreon. It's worth it. It's worth every penny. I'll give you that. You know what I mean? And I've been on it for like God knows how long. And I respect that. And I appreciate everything you do for all of us. All right.
Thank you, brother. Be good, man.
Respect you.
For all you guys that don't know, a woman acts the way if you treat a woman, if you discipline a woman, she will act right.